Let's talk beamers, or as we Brits call them, wireless clickers. Now, you may be using the old school kind of wireless clicker that just has your bog standard laser pointer button and your left and right arrows and things like that. It's time for an upgrade. This is the Logitech Spotlight Wireless Remote. It's been around for a couple of years now. Not many people know about it, but whenever my clients ask me, Russell, can you recommend a wireless clicker? This is always the one I recommend. Let me show you exactly why. Okay, so I've got a few different PowerPoint slides just to show you where this remote clicker can be really useful in different types of situations. But before I jump into that, I want to show you the Logitech presentation software that you download as part of having this remote. And here you can see there's a few options. And the first option I'm going to go to is the pointer option. So I can choose to have this remote work as a highlighting tool, or as a magnification tool, or if I want to get a little bit old school and a bit nostalgic, I can go back to the traditional laser pointer. Of course, I've never used that option at all. I'm going to go to highlight. I'm going to click on this menu here. And in this menu, you can decide how strong your highlight is. So you'll see in a second, I'm going to have this up to max. The whole background, the rest of the slide will be really, really dark and we'll highlight a certain part. And I can decide how big that highlight area is. I'm going to have it about 1/3 of the way along. Couple of little options here as well. One that I really like is the freeze effect. So once I've clicked and I've highlighted somewhere, I can let go of this button on my remote and that highlight will just stay frozen, which is really useful. So let me show you how that works. By the way, all of those options are changing the programming of this button at the top. So the home button here on the Spotlight remote, that's what I've just programmed in to kind of behave in that way. So here's some data. In fact, let's just make sure, let's go back to the beginning here. Let's start with a map actually. So this is a really good example. If you've got a map on the screen, you want to talk about different zones and why they're all different colors, why all these countries and regions are different colors, I can click on the home button and there is my highlight. Then once I've talked about that area, you can see again it's frozen. I'm now let go of the button and I'm moving around, so that's frozen in place. I can move this across and then I could do it again over to Australia and so on. And when I'm done, I could just click off and move to the next slide. Really simple. Now, demoing software is another really, really useful kind of scenario in which the Spotlight remote comes into its own. So there's a lot to look at when you're demoing software in terms of what an audience member sees. They're probably looking at everything whilst you're talking about one specific thing. So why not highlight the area that you're discussing? Really draw their attention to it. And that's what this remote can be really useful for. And then the same thing with data as well. So, you know, I always find it really difficult to look at a whole bunch of data that someone's presenting to me because my eyes are jumping around the screen and trying to make sense of it all, when actually I should be listening to the presenter and have them explain it to me. So again, the presenter can highlight different areas and talk us through it as we go. Let's just go back a few steps because I want to show you the magnification option as well, because that's a really, really nice way of working with this remote. So I'm going to change this from a highlight to a magnify. I'm not going to show you the laser pointer option. And again, I can change the size of this. I can have the freeze effect on. I can also change the color of the border of the circular magnification. I'm just going to leave that to white though for now. But you know, I could get this to be the same color as the theme of my PowerPoint actually. That would be quite nice. Maybe I'll see if I can get a pinkish type color. There we go. Now if I go into slideshow mode again, so let's magnify parts of the map. There we go. That's really, really cool effect. You know, it means that if you've got a big room and there are people at the back and they can't quite see details of things that you're talking about, you can magnify them for them, and it's really, really great. Also, really fantastic, again, for software demos. So we can highlight parts of the screen for people, like so. And last but not least, the data that we're presenting to people can just become a bit more alive, and we can get that to make sense for a lot more people. Okay, so Logitech wireless Spotlight Remote, highly recommend it. I'm not on any commission for this whatsoever. So Logitech, if you're watching, I've probably sold you lots and lots of these over the years. So come on, give me some kind of code that I can put onto this video at least. But thanks for watching. Hope you found this useful. And remember, let's ditch that old school pointer. Let's get with the new school. These are really, really cool devices. Hope this is useful. Take care. See you on the next video.